It's official, guys. Nvidia has finally announced and revealed the new 4000 Nvidia RTX 4000 series graphics cards. They've announced three different cards, not just two, not just one, but three, with the 4090 and two variants of the 4080 graphics cards. And they're promising 2 to 4 times the performance of the 3000 series cards. Now, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the trailers that showcase the performance jump between the current cards and the next gen cards, well, the 4000 series cards. We're going to look at the trailer for the card itself, and we're going to talk about the price and the release date. So let's get into it. Without further ado, my name's Blaze2K. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day, by the way, after this video. And please, if you feel so kind, please smash a like or give the like a little love tap and hit subscribe and click the bell icon during the intro. And let's get into this. Let's get excited. Let's go. So guys, as we spoke about, Nvidia announces next-gen RTX 4090 and RTX 4080 GPUs, and the RTX 4090 arrives next month, just less than a month from now, on October 12th, which is awesome. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted to upgrade. Should I? I bought an RTX 3080 Ti like a year ago, or over a year ago, and I love it to bits. So getting a 2 to 4 time performance increase with the new cards, it's tempting, dude. It's tempting. So as you know, guys, the graphics card market has been a bit of a crapshoot this past couple of years with the chip shortage, the pandemic, production delays, you name it, shipping delays, and obviously cryptocurrency mining and miners buying up all the graphics cards. It's just been bad for gamers in general that want to get their hands on a graphics card. And I was lucky enough to buy one of Best Buy's cards. I think I paid like between 1300 and 1500 for a 3080 Ti from Best Buy, and it was a gigabyte model. I would love to have bought one of the Founders Editions, but they just weren't easy to get your hands on, sadly. So I ended up having to overpay, but not as much as some people overpaid for scalped graphics cards on OfferUp and stuff like that. But anyways, let's get into the news. So without further ado, let's watch the trailer, shall we? Of the new 4090. Here it is here. RTX, GeForce RTX, cool. Nvidia Ada Lovelace architecture, world's most advanced GPU architecture, 76 million transistors or something, 4th gen tensor cores, 2x AI performance, DLSS 3, optical multi-frame generation multiplies performance, so you're going to get better performance, higher frame rates, higher resolutions, full ray tracing, 3rd gen ray tracing, 8K 60 FPS game recording, amazing. Ultimate GeForce GPU, 24 gigs video RAM. Damn, dude, they're not playing with this gen. Beyond gaming, beyond creating, beyond streaming, beyond fast. The GeForce RTX 4090 available on October 12th. Yes. Awesome. So that's kind of cool, right? So it looks like it's gonna have the same sort of as the 30 series, the 3000 series Founders Edition GPUs, which is fine. I always liked that. I always wanted one, but I just couldn't get my hands on one during the shortage. So let's take a look at the release date for the 3080 and the price of the 3080 too. So like I said, we've already said the 4090 arrives on October 12th, which is less than a month away. It's officially announced as 40 series GPUs today after months of rumors and some recent teasing from Nvidia. The 4090 and 4080 are now both official, and the 4090 arrives October 12th, priced at $1599. $1599. Now, I know there's been a lot said about the price for the new 40 series cards, right? A lot of people are saying you're going to have to sell your kidney to afford this. I don't think that's the case. I think people are making mountains out of molehills and making it more than it is, because $1599 is not far off what I paid for a gigabyte 3080 Ti during the chip shortage, and that was just at regular retail price, and I never bought it from a scalper. People were paying upwards of $2,000 to $3,000 for a graphics card during the middle of the shortage. So $1599 for a 4090 with 2 to 4 times the performance of the 3090 Ti, that's pretty damn reasonable, I would say. Don't get me wrong, it's a hell of a lot more. It's like 3 times the price of a PS5, right? But it's worlds apart from what people were paying before, and I think for the performance increase, I think it's reasonable. Shoot me if you think I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. But $1599 doesn't seem worlds apart from what people were paying for cards before, and for third-party cards like mine, the 3080 Ti, the gigabyte one. So back onto the article. So 1599 for the 4090. I think that's still pretty good. 24 gigs of DDR6 video RAM. The RTX 4080 is priced at starting at 899 and available in November. Both are powered by Nvidia's next gen Ada Lovelace architecture. So 899 for the 4080. If that's going to have 2 to 4 times the performance of the 3080 Ti, a $200 price bump for the Founders Edition seems pretty damn reasonable to me. But you know what I say? They say, the 4080 is priced starting at 899, and that's because there's two models of it. So there's two different variations of the 4080, and we'll get into that. So the 4090 is the top-end card for the Ada Lovelace generation. It will ship with a massive 24 gigs of GDDR6 memory. Nvidia claims it's 2 to 4 times faster than the 3090 Ti, 2 to 4 times, and it will consume the same amount of power as the previous generation card. Nvidia recommends a power supply of at least 850 watts based on the PC with the Ryzen 5900X processor. So I have a 5950X processor, and I also have an 850 watt power supply, so I'm right on the edge, on the cusp of not being supported by the 4090. Interesting. I might have to bump up my power supply if I was to upgrade. Inside the giant 4090, there's 16,300 CUDA cores, about base clock of 2.23 gigahertz, boosts up to 2.52, 1321 tensor teraflops, 191 RT ray tracing, I think, teraflops, and 83 shader teraflops. I'm not up to date on all my teraflops and the what that means. We'd have to go into like charts and compare, but I think that's a pretty decent bump over the previous gen. So 24 gigs GDDR6. I don't think you're going to need any more than 12 for current AAA games, but it's nice having that extra headroom, for future proofing. 2 to 4 times faster than the 3090 Ti, not the 3090, the 3090 Ti, which is insane. 1599 still doesn't seem too bad for the top end graphics card, and available October 12th, which is less than a month away. Pretty damn good. 4080, 2 to 4 times faster than the 3080 Ti. There's two different variations here. There's a 16 gig and a 12 gig. Now the 12 gig starts at $899, which is still a $200 price bump over the last gen. 12 gig, I think, is pretty decent for most AAA games out right now, in terms of video RAM usage. I mean, would you like to have 16 gigs? I would love to have had 16 gigs on the 899 model. If you want a bit more extra headroom for future proofing, maybe the 16 gigs would definitely be better. If you're doing a lot of video rendering, 3D rendering, stuff like that, you're definitely going to want more video RAM, but for gaming, 12 gigs is pretty decent as it stands. And 899 is a pretty good entry point. But if you do want, I think if I was to choose between, the 1199 16 gig 4080 and the 4090, I think I'd just pay an extra 400 for the 4090 and just have it all, have the 24 gigs of RAM, have the most performance, most CUDA cores, etc. I'd go for the 4090, honestly. I'm usually a stickler for the 4080 or the 80 series cards, but I think I'd go for the 4090 in this case. And obviously, this isn't the Ti versions. God knows what the Ti version of the 4090 and 4080 is going to be. So yeah, they're offering it in two models, 12 gigs, 16 gigs. And it's not just the video RAM that changes in those two variants. There are more CUDA cores and better clocks and performance in the more expensive 4080. So you're not just paying an extra what's that, like $300 for 4 gigs extra in VRAM. No, you're paying for more CUDA cores and stuff as well. So there's essentially 3 different graphics cards here. So that's pretty cool. All 3 of the 40 series graphics cards will include new Nvidia Shadowplay support to capture gameplay at up to 8K resolution at 60 FPS and HDR. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. 8K at 60 FPS. I don't think anybody's streaming or recording or uploading gameplay at 8K, but it's good for zooming into gameplay. Like if you're doing a lot of clips where you're zooming into parts of the game here, it's going to be interesting. And obviously, you might have a 8K monitor. 8K displays are going to be a thing of are going to be a thing going forward. So you're getting a little bit of future proofing in that respect with it. With support for AV1 encoding, improved efficiency for live streams using AV1 NVENC encoder. So the NVENC is what I use for streaming on my streams on twitch.tv/Blaze2K Gaming. Link in the description if you want to watch me stream, and on YouTube. But NVENC's usually what I use because it taxes the CPU less, and you don't get as much of a hit on like the CPU when you're streaming using NVENC. I love NVENC, so it's going to be using the latest encoders, and hopefully, now one thing I've noticed is that even with the 3080 Ti, when I stream via NVENC, I do get a hit in frame rate when I'm trying to stream, games. So a lot of game streamers will typically have two PCs, one dedicated stream PC, which I've got up here. Let me show you in the camera real fast. Let's disconnect. I've got my stream PC up here, as you can see, and I've got a gaming PC down here. Let me move the monitor. I've got my can you see it? Oh, it's turned off right now. But yeah, I've got a gaming PC down here. That's the 3080 Ti. You can barely see it. And I've got my gaming stream PC up there. But most streamers will have a secondary desktop PC just for streaming. So I would like to see, hopefully, ideally, it'd be nice if they, streaming on the PC you're gaming on worked efficiently and didn't impact your gaming frame rate. That's the dream for me. So time will tell to see if it really makes a big difference when you're streaming games, and not with respect to not hitting your frame rate. It could be a new RTX launch without Nvidia's own Founders Edition graphics cards, and they'll sell it with their own in-house design. I've always preferred the Nvidia Founders Edition graphic card design. I think it looks the most sleek, it looks the most futuristic, modern, and honestly, they haven't changed the design that much. It still looks like a beast. And I would have rather had a Founders Edition than the Gigabyte one that I've currently got. But what can you do? So yeah, for our new GeForce RTX 40 series Founders cards, we've further optimized the dual axial flow through system, increasing fan sizes and fin volume by 10%, upgrading to a 23-phase power supply. So one of the biggest complaints about the 30,000 series is that people were saying that the Founders Edition cards couldn't cool the graphics card down enough, and that there was a few cases where people's graphics cards were overheating. So what they're saying here is they've increased the fan sizes and the fin volume by 10%. So hopefully that takes care of any overheating issues, especially considering it's using the same amount of power as the current gen. Hopefully that's a good thing. The 23 frame Nvidia memory temperatures are reduced, and the new substantially more powerful Ada GPUs are kept cool in ventilated cases, giving gamers excellent overclocking headroom. So they're basically saying these cards are going to be a lot cooler, to the point where you can even overclock them without having to worry about temperatures. Nvidia supporting the PCIe Gen 5 16-pin connector with its own RTX 40 series cards instead of the custom solution it created for its own RTX 30 series cards. That's really good. Like the previous connector, it's a single cable that will power a 40 series card, or you can use an adapter that's included in the box to connect three 8-pin power connectors. Nvidia says you might even want to connect a fourth one for more overclocking headroom. ATX 3.0 power supplies that will natively support PCIe Gen 5 16-pin connectors are arriving in October from Asus, Cooler Master, FSP, Gigabyte, iBuyPower, MSI, and Thermaltake. More models from other manufacturers are expected soon. So there's a lot to love about this. DLSS 3.0 is another big thing. If you don't know what DLSS is, it basically allows you to run games or scale up render them at lower resolutions and have it upscale it to whatever resolution you're playing at. So you can have it like render 1080p and have it scaled up to 4K without losing like any detail, which is amazing. And this is going to be the third generation of DLSS, which is great. Deep learning super sampling, so it basically tries to stretch out and increase the size of 1080p, render up to whatever resolution you want to play at, and still have it look like 4K. So you can render it at 1080p, play it at 4K, and still have it look like 4K. But having the same performance benefits of running it at 1080p. It's magical, dude. It really is. So new generation of that. They've also got a Racer RTX demo, a simulation of an off-road kart racing game. We're going to take a look at that right now, and let's get into it, shall we? So let's first we're going to take a look at. I guess we'll look at Microsoft Flight Simulator first. Let's skim through this. So look at the performance benefit of Microsoft Flight Simulator here, guys, on the new graphics cards. So this is RTX turned on, okay? Even as you know, guys, with the ever since RTX was announced, ray tracing, you could run games with RTX with ray tracing turned on, but the performance hit was massive. Like, yeah, you could turn it on. Yeah, it's going to look beautiful, but don't expect to get high frame rates with it. With the new 40,000 series cards, the games are going to look absolutely beautiful. Come fly with Nvidia DLSS 3. I really need to get like a sim setup. So here we go. RTX off. This was before, okay? This is before, I believe. Oh, okay. This is DLSS off. Okay. 52 FPS, RTX off as well, and we're getting like 52 FPS. Now with DLSS 3 turned on and RTX turned on, we're getting visually the exact same with ray tracing and getting 109 FPS to boot. And this is on Flight Simulator, which is a really demanding game. There we go again, 135 frames per second. Absolutely stunning. So I think we're finally at the stage where we're able to play games with RTX turned on with full ray tracing and get those beautiful, gorgeous high frame rates to go with it. So that, you know, this is great. It's got me wanting to buy one. Here's Cyberpunk with DLSS 3 and ray tracing turned on. So we're taking a look at the jump in performance here with ray tracing and DLSS 3. They've got a new ray tracing overdrive mode. Hello. So this is with ray tracing turned on. Look at the reflections here. This is RTX off. So you're still getting reflections, but look at the difference. Let me go back here. Ray tracing on, ray tracing off. These are like real reflections, not just like fake reflections. RTX off, RTX on. Look at that. Look at the... Oh my god, puddles have never looked so good. So we're getting RTX on, DLSS 2. This is DLSS 2 with ray tracing on. So Cyberpunk with DLSS off, ray tracing turned on, you were roughly getting about 21 FPS before. With DLSS 2, last gen's one, you were getting about 61 FPS with ray tracing turned on. And with this new generation of DLSS 3 with ray tracing on, we're getting 93 FPS, 96, 98. 100. That's a massive performance jump, guys. That is insane. And visually, there's like no difference between the two of them. So we're finally able to run these high-end games with ray tracing without much of a performance hit, if any. Beautiful. Beautiful. And lastly, let's take a look at their Nvidia Racer demo. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? Looks like California. Oh, California, California. Definitely California. That looks like real life. Is this a game or is this real life? Are we finally, is this the metaverse, the future of the metaverse? Oh my god, dude, look at the graphics. That's somebody's room. That's not a video game. No. That's Lego there. That's definitely real. Okay, okay, it looks... Somebody needs to make this game, alright? I don't listen to Nvidia. I don't care if it's a demo. Make it a real game. Please let it be a real game, because that looks insanely fun. I don't want this just being a visual demo to look at. I want to play this game. Micro Machines in 2022 with Nvidia 4000 series graphics cards, 3rd gen ray tracing, 3rd gen DLSS. Make it happen. Codemasters, whoever made the old Micro Machines games, I want a new Micro Machines game. I want it to look like this, alright? Work with Nvidia. Make it happen, guys. This looks beautiful. Oh, the dominoes! Oh, we're going into a little inside car. Oh, Christmas! Lego Santa did. Oh! Well, Santa ain't coming this year, guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Jenga. They need to make this game, dude. Just like a little sandbox to let us race around in, dude. That would be awesome. Look at the graphics. Oh. A ghost just threw a bunch of glow sticks down. Must have took them a while to activate all those glow sticks for the snapping, dude. Took them about half an hour for that. Whoever lives here has turned their entire house into like a little RC track. I wish I had the time and patience for that. I didn't have a wife and 2 kids. Oh, it's like a... Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, is that a Pop Funko? It sure is! Oh my god, dude. Okay, this guy looks like a slob, whoever this is. He's got Monopoly. He's got like food crumbs, food, burgers, pizza boxes with a slice of pizza and everything like. You know, I was like, that house looks pretty cool. I wouldn't mind living there. That would be my house. And then I see the zoomed out view, and he's got like food crumbs and everything all over, scattered over the floor. Ugh. Who would sit there and play Monopoly in that dump? Jeez. Hey, it looked good. Oh god, someone's knocked over his TV. Was that the RC cars that did all that? Got the tables flipped and everything. Oh jeez. Alright guys, so there we go. There's the Nvidia RTX 4000 series graphics card. I'm not gonna lie. They've hooked me. They've hooked me. I've bitten. I'm tempted to go and make the upgrade. I don't know if my power supply is gonna handle it though, because I do have a 5950X instead of a 5900. Oh, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. All right, are you tempted to upgrade? I bet you're glad you held off building a PC if you were thinking about building one, right? Looking at those specs and those graphics and performance benchmarks. So yeah, there we go. Let me know in the comments. Are you getting a 4000 series graphics card? Is it going to be the 4090, 4080, 16 gig or 12 gig? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Blaze2K. Have a wonderful day. PC Master Race. Oh yeah. I love PC gaming, guys. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? Anyways, have a wonderful day. Bye. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and follow me on Twitter. Link in the description. Bye.